Ladies and gentlemen, this is William Tincup and Ryan Leary. You're listening to the Practitioner's Corner podcast. We're broadcasting live from Cornerstone Connect in Orlando, Florida. And we have Brianna on. And we will not go into how Brianna and I know each other.
Now I need to know.
No, there's a statute of limitations. It's run out. We're good. Totally good.
Once you bring it up, it's fair game.
There's a certain period of time where you just start saying, been there a long time.
Well, you're both in your 30s, so it can't be that long ago.
Brianna, tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Cornerstone.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Great to be here with you both. Wonderful to meet you, Ryan. And I lead people experience at Cornerstone. And so it encompasses talent acquisition, recruiting, learning and development and talent management, people experience and employer branding, as well as our social impact team, which is our foundation, CSR, ESG, and DEIB, which is a lot of letters there. So,
well, it was wonderful to have you on. We're out of time. That was a hell of an intro.
So, but first of all, that's a lot. That would be a lot for anybody, but you're up for the task. So, and you got a great CHRO. Mm-hmm. So, let's go backwards in time, maybe pre-college or college. What did you want to be? What was your dream?
In the midst of pre-college and college, I was an athlete, and I played water polo. In fact, I started playing water polo on the guys' team. And so I played men's water polo, and I wanted to do that. And I really had thought, I had visions of Olympics and really what I wanted to do. So that's what I was looking at.
Turns out you have to be in shape for water polo.
Yeah,
I did not know this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
water polo is big by us.
Yeah, there's no horses. You're not riding horses in the water. No.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Yeah.
That's not a thing in Texas.
Treading water,
we don't do that
swimming.
You actually have great teams out in Texas.
I'm doing my part of Texas. But like my oldest son, his girlfriend's in California. Mm-hmm. I think it's Calabasas or somewhere over in that area.
Yeah.
And she's on the water polo team. Mm-hmm. And she's also a lifeguard. She's in the water every day.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
That's what you do.
That's insane.
Yes, I lived and breathed the life of water. I was a lifeguard. I did swimming. I did water polo. It was wonderful. It's a great
That's
time.
my daughters. Yep.
Yeah,
Swim,
really?
lifeguards. Yeah, all of them.
You have that crispy, chlorinated hair all the time.
The amount of money we spend on product every summer.
It's crazy. And it took forever for my back to be just absolutely not ginormous. I still have a little, is it okay on my back? Don't worry about that.
You grew up here in California? Mm-hmm. Whereabouts? I mean, here. We're in Orlando.
I
was in California there for a moment.
Definitely.
So where in California?
Southern California. So Anaheim, Yorba Linda, Fullerton.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And Cornerstone is headquartered in Santa Monica?
Santa Monica, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I love Santa Monica.
Me too. It's great.
I took my wife. We were actually doing a Cornerstone show. Mm-hmm. And we took the kids and we went up to Monterey. So we went from San Diego and we went up to Monterey and we came back down. So my wife hadn't been to California at the time. So we get to Santa Monica and she's like, well, I like this. This is kind of nice. I'm like, yeah. We can't afford a trash can in Santa Monica.
That is the bummer.
And then we got down to Laguna, and she's like, I really like this. I'm like, honey, why don't you Zillow that house over there real quick?
Can't afford the trash. Forget the can.
Like a dumpster. Yeah. All right, so athlete, what turned you off on athlete, or what made you pivot from that?
I started my career. I ended up, my father was like, you're not going to, spend your life in the water, I'm sure. And I realized that was the truth. And so
heartbreaker.
I was very heartbreaking. Yeah. But when I started work at California Pizza Kitchen, which is where I was when I first met you. Yep. And so there it changed my career. And I found a love for, artisan pizza, as well as the work that was being done there, and management and recruiting, and it just kicked off everything else. Yep.
And that was at HQ. Mm-hmm. So you were at HQ. What type of positions were you recruiting?
It was mainly restaurant managers, regional directors, in restaurant employees. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So from there, you went to Oakley?
Then I went to Oakley.
So hospitality or food service, however you want to classify that.
Yeah.
Then to retail.
Yeah, it was retail.
Ish.
There were so many
luxury brand.
It was a
Life-
luxury
life-
brand, but we also had a military line. There were just so many different things that were any aspects with manufacturing. It was all kinds of components. It was truly amazing. It was a marketing brand. There were so many facets to Oakley. And so what I found is I had found this love, and I would say, oh, you cut my arm and bleed yellow at CPK. I just through and through. I'm CPK
remember.
rock. And then I moved over to Oakley, where I found this combination of my life as an athlete
Right.
with the work that I did, head to toe in the O, rocked it every day. That's what we did. And so we could show up in flip-flops and coming back from the beach, and it was perfectly acceptable. You could go work out with friends on your lunch break, and that was what we did.
That was
and
normal.
so it really connected everything there.
And their glasses, they're in every vertical. They have every sport, right? Baseball, volleyball,
Hockey,
everything. Yeah.
And then the military line. It's amazing. It truly is, absolutely amazing, the work that they've done there. And just really the science behind the lenses.
So I'm thinking about the positions that you're recruiting for. So
that was fun.
From California Pizza Kitchen to Oakley, obviously you shifted those positions, and then from that you got pulled into Cornerstone. And so, what type of positions when you first? Because you were leading recruiting when you first got here. What type of positions were you recruiting for then?
At Cornerstone.
Yep.
Yeah, when we came over here, a lot of it is development. So dev teams, you have marketing. I mean, it's really the gamut of an organization. So
You got
there's
tech recruiting.
You've got tech recruiting. You've got it all. Yeah, it's a product, and it's just a myriad. And then it's also a global workforce. And so you're looking at how it is a global workforce. Right?
Oh, that's interesting.
And so how did we get into this people experience / that experience / the other
And
experience?
career. I was thinking.
Did I get the job title right?
Yeah. So I ended up coming over to Cornerstone specifically for the work that I could do here. I loved pizza, loved sports,
Right.
then came over here because then my job and the product we created as an organization connected.
Right.
I was HR in an HR organization, and I
Right.
love that. That is something that is absolutely amazing to be part of.
Right.
What I found is that I was able to pull some things from my former athlete days. I found that if I was more agile as an athlete and could take on all these different roles in the pool, then I was a better player. I'd get more play time. I was a better support for my team. And so similarly here, I found the same. And that looking at my knowledge of systems and the recruiting systems, and then that moving over to other systems that we utilize in our tech stack and getting better at data analytics and all of the different pieces has helped me grow. And I've really led a myriad of different organizations or teams within HR here at Cornerstone, and now I'm in people experience.
So at either of those previous companies, did you use Cornerstone at either of those?
Didn't know.
So when you came over, you hadn't used the product.
Hadn't used the product, no.
Now, what was that like?
It was great. It was really interesting to see. We had to go through a transition of a lot of the different things that we're using. When I first came over, we weren't fully utilizing the system, so I was able to help us really implement a lot of the utilization of it
I was
and
about to say,
continue
because
to
the
see it.
recruiting product was really nascent
Yeah,
at the time.
it was, yeah. And so we were still using like DocuSign for applications. And I thought, hey, we have our own ATS, let's use it. And the people we hired for the team, we knew that they would be the first users of the system, so they could end up transitioning into product roles. And so we had a lot of people transition from being in our recruiting admin role and supporting the tech,
Right.
and then moving into product and understanding the product. Some great features have come out of that. And then now we really are customer zero, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And we've always looked to be that, but we've truly enhanced it and have built out so much more beyond that now.
And it takes a lot to get there.
Oh,
It takes
it
a
does.
lot to get there. You just can't use. There's a lot of products that we've used in the past where I'm like, you're not even using your own
It's
product.
Yeah.
It's like,
100%.
how can you help me with that? Is it that bad? That's like the questions that come to my mind. But it's not easy.
It's a 25-year-old company-ish.
Right.
So at first, when you're talking with learning and then you add these other things, they're not going to be as great.
No,
But once you get to a certain point,
it is.
it is. So I don't think you could have been customer zero at a certain point because the products just weren't
Yeah.
Right.
as good as they needed to be.
Well, and they were built for their customers. They
Right.
weren't built internally for themselves, and now
Right.
it's at a point where they can.
Right. So owning recruiting, what was the next thing that because I'm assuming something along the lines of, Brianna, we love what you're doing. Can you do whatever this next thing is? And you're like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it. So what was next after recruiting?
It was systems and operations. Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
There's always just been something about the systems that have been just really intriguing, and the technology and how you can use it to help you. I mean, isn't that what's so exciting about AI? Exciting and scary. How can it help you to be better at what you do? And so this is what the systems do for us. And so really just getting in there and understanding. I think the first applicant tracking system implementation that we did at California Pizza Kitchen, and then I did another at Oakley as well. All of those, you learned so much, and you're just thinking, wow, these little nuances that we do and how they impact downstream and they impact the experience of our managers as well as our recruiters and then our potential employees. So all of those pieces just really came together and fell just very naturally into what I just wanted to do. So I took it on.
And what was after that?
Then I had, I'm having to even go down into
all
this.
These together.
Yeah, well, at one point I had it all while we were looking for Karina, and I was the interim, and so owned all of it at that point. And that was just an amazing experience for the transition we were going through as an organization, and to really have some time with Himanshu. And to be there with him and say, all right, what's our plan? What are we going to do? And we were able to kind of lock arms and do some great things together through that transition. And here we are today. And what I learned about him through that time was, I need to be here for this. I need to stick around for this. And then Karina came on board. I was like, all right, I definitely need to be here for this. This is wonderful.
100%.
And we talked about this earlier, but there's a common theme with everybody that we interview today. They want to be here. They're excited to be here.
Truly excited.
They use the word privileged a lot, of privileged to be in this position, that type of thing. But the way that they talk about their colleagues and coworkers is ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's almost like
Cultish.
You want them to be here ahead of you for whatever reason. But it feels genuine.
Yeah.
It is genuine. And we have research to support that, actually. We just rolled out our employee value proposition, and through it we did a bunch of focus groups and some surveys. And we looked at what were the themes that came back. And one of the top themes was Cornerstars champion each other. We love working together to do good things, we all have the same purpose. And it was just redefining it through all the change that we've been. And so it's been truly amazing. It really is.
Well, even the workforce agility, I get it. It's what you guys are doing. Everybody should be talking about it. But I've been in companies where we were, okay, look, you're going to get prepped on this. Here's your press training.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about this. But it was like pulling fucking teeth. It was awful.
Yeah. Because they didn't believe it. It wasn't in their heart.
Yeah, I'll talk about it, but I'm kind of I'm thinking about something else as I'm talking about it. And I don't see that here.
Just last year, a colleague of mine that I just love to ideate with, we sat down and said, all right, we need to talk about our platform, what we're doing with our people team, skills, all of that stuff. And so we sat down and we started thinking about it. Okay, the business, they need to have, you look at the business value. What is a business value? You need employees in these certain areas. You've got, it moves over here, it moves over there. Then you have employees, they want to skill up, they want skills, they want to grow. And if you look in the middle, we talked about it's agility. And so we had landed on this idea of employee agility being both business value and employee value. And then right after that, we went into the launching our new, where we are now. And it's oh my gosh, we're workforce agility. It's perfect. And so it was exactly aligned. And so it really is not we decided, we need to talk about that. We actually believe it. It really, truly is amazing to be a part of that.
When did that begin?
When in Cornerstars, the term began? Yeah. From the beginning. It's always been Cornerstars, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever heard it before.
We really have started talking about it more externally, especially now with Galaxy and all of that. We've talked about it before, but as HR practitioners, you really do enjoy getting to know the people within the organizations that help support your organization. It was something I always looked at. Any technology I was using, I wanted to know about that company and what they did. And so it's something we can be really proud of in what we do and how we work with each other and talking about each other and the things that we do there.
So what's success? What's success for you? How do you know that you're being successful?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. I look at the organization overall as a whole and what we're striving to do. So it's going to be that workforce agility. That is something that we are looking to achieve, and we're finding that's going to be something that not only supports our employees, where people are 2 times happier if they have ability to learn and grow. And we've also seen that leaders say that 49% of their organization is going to be moving and changing and having to reskill or upskill. And so that's some of the research that Cornerstone found through that's a Lighthouse and IDC research. But what we also are looking at as a team in experience is what are the experiences and the moments that matter for our employees, for our Cornerstars, and how are we measuring that? What's their engagement? How are they feeling? Are they learning? Are they growing? Are they going in the directions that they want to go? And I've always found that throughout my career, whether it was at California Pizza Kitchen or at Oakley, I would not only have the role of recruiting and finding external talent to bring in new skills, to bring in new people who culture add, whatever it might be, but also sat down with so many people who are wondering, I don't know what to do with my career. Where do I go?
Right.
And so how do we help people find that? And that's what really ties to our system just very naturally. And so those are things that we're looking at as well. How do we help people feel fulfilled, excited about what they do, thrilled to be there, growing? And those are things that we really look at.
Well, final question from me is, and I don't think you need motivation because you got a lot of it, a lot of energy.
She's an athlete. She's competitive. Don't worry. You're self-starter.
Where does that come from? Where does your motivation come from today?
I'd like to say, deep down, the seed in my body is from, my father. He was a very motivated person. But I think what I look at people, and I'm always imagining what they're, I'm very empathetic in that way, and I want people to be successful. And that's something just to me is, I love helping people, whether it's helping motivate and inspire them or helping them to find something. And I did coach for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah. Isn't that what all athletes do right out of school? Is you become a coach immediately?
100%.
So yes.
Gotta still be in the game.
And so it just feels very natural to be in this to help people go through that and to really discover themselves. There's those moments where you think, wow, I really realized my potential today. And that is just an eye-opening moment when you see somebody go through it and you're like, oh my gosh, did you see that magic over there? I want to keep that magic going for that person and everyone else.
Do you identify as an HR person?
Yes.
Here's why it's a loaded question.
Is that the new gender?
No. Because she came up through recruiting.
I know. I
And
didn't know where that was going. My heart just sunk.
Asking
I
an HR
identify as
person
a
this
cantaloupe.
question.
Anyhow.
Got a hot flash here.
So I've said for years that if you get recruiting right, everything else in HR gets easier. If you don't get recruiting right, everything else in HR, companies, everything else gets harder. Now that you've done both and you still technically own talent acquisition and all that stuff, do you see that differently?
I don't see that differently. There is a talent acquisition when it is not going well. That is all you hear about.
100%.
And so if you're not doing that right, that's like table stakes.
Right.
And that can be the most difficult because in any pinch you need to hire people, whether it's you're shifting your org or you're moving to a new location or you have high turnover, whatever it is.
We need 100 DevOps professionals in the next month.
Yep.
What?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's usually where you hear about a lot of challenges within organizations. It's turnover or it's hiring.
Do you have a good leader there in place?
I do. Yes.
Someone that you've kind of promoted through the ranks?
Yeah. We've been growing up through this together, really. Yeah.
Oh, that's greatness.
It's fantastic.
That's
He's
greatness.
Amazing. Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself as a CHRO?
You know, I've been very fortunate to have people who've believed in me along the way, and Kimberly Cassidy, who's with us before, and now Karina have both been just absolutely amazing in helping me to see myself better than I see it.
Right.
And
because you're down in the weeds. You don't know
Yeah.
the great work that you're doing.
The value of a mentor.
Sometimes
Right.
it's hard to see that. Yeah, it really is. And so I was even thinking about it as we were watching today with some of the presentations and, what is it in the leading with vulnerability.
Right.
And sometimes self-importance is something that, I don't give myself.
Right.
And so I need to really take a moment and think about that stuff too.
This has been fantastic. We could talk all day.
We can.
But unfortunately,
We can't.
she has other things to do.
Y'all have been pretty busy today.
That's all right. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wonderful to be here.
Absolutely.